Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
You're looking live at virtual Richmond Raceway. Oh, believe it or not, off of Interstate 95 is where I am right now in Wilson, North Carolina. And actually about 115 miles north up I-95 is Henrico County and the Richmond Raceway. And yes, it is the site for race number 2 in the first round playoffs for the drivers of the Australian NASCAR Championship Series on Motorsport Australia. Welcome to our coverage. Dylan McDonald from Indiana. I am Wesley Outland from North Carolina. Usually I am from Smithfield. However, Dean, cue it up. Dean Hopton, our producer, director. There's a look at the schedule. For everybody that's asked, what does the guy look like? What is he doing tonight? I am mobile this morning. Check it out.
NASCAR Australia.
There's my message to y'all.
Mates and mateys. How will we do in the broadcast tonight? Dean, you want to show them? Look at this. Whatever it takes, right? Look at this. Look at my setup here. Oh, look at this. We're about to connect here now. So, yeah, there you go. Whatever it takes. We're about to go live. Check it out, everybody. What are you doing at 6 a.m.?
How cool is that? How cool is that, Dylan? I'm mobile. I'm in my car, but I'm right with all you awesome Aussie mates and mateys, my friend. Good morning. Happy Labor Day to you in the States, man, like I am. I'm on the road calling races, but whatever it takes, man, I'm in my car in Wilson at a hotel, ready to call tonight's race at Richmond, sir.
Hey, you know what, Wes? Happy Labor Day to you as well. But hey, you got to do what you got to do, you know, right? I'm on my cell phone too. I felt like a little bit laziness, not wanting to get the computer back up. But I'm here on my phone. You got to do what you got to do. Can't wait to see some awesome racing here at Richmond. Always going to provide great racing. And can't wait to see what we have after the long green flag runs here tonight.
Can I just say this? The technology that we have in the world today, you're crazy. Especially in the field of work that we're in, if you don't take advantage and use it, right? I mean, bottom line. Here's a look at the point standings. Matt Danson, by the way, winner at Darlington a couple of weeks ago. He is going on to the next round. However, the next races are important. This is tonight here at Richmond Raceway. It's a 3/4 mile short track, obviously, Dylan. But this place is a short track that runs like a super speedway, and something we got to think about is the intensity of drivers fighting for positions, but obviously we can also see a lot of consistent green flag runs here tonight at Richmond also.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's going to be fighting tooth and nail, getting every position that they possibly can in Richmond. It's temper's going to flare on the track, off the track, wherever they possibly can. Getting into the corner is going to be a little bit loose. Getting off the corner is going to be the same thing. So it's more about if you can keep the tires on it, but also keep a calm, cool, and collected head all the way throughout this entire race.
Yeah, I think you're exactly dead on it as well.
Richmond, temper's going to flare.
And that's something that certainly we're going to be watching tonight, obviously. So good morning to everybody from the Carolinas, from the States, from Indiana, where our buddy Dylan is, obviously, where you are in Australia. Bigglestein Hopton, always enjoy working with our buddy here. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to introduce the starting lineup here for tonight's race. Remember, this is round of 1, race 2 here at Richmond. And the starting lineup will go like this. On the pole for Racecraft Academy for the best of the best here on Motorsport Australia, it is Tyler Williams. Wayne Burke, a couple of weeks ago, winner at Chicago with the street course. He'll start on the outside of row number 1. Lobs Esports entry, Brad Newman and Brenton West will make up row number 2. Row 3 will find Fitzroy Beaumont and Tom Freer on the outside. Brent Hobson for Synergy in the 7. Ethan Winter, the first 8 spots ready to go here. You got the rest of the lineup, my friend McDonald.
In position number 9 is going to be Shane Bowen. 10th is going to be Sam Chapman. 11th will be Matt Danson. 12th is going to be Jason Holdsworth. 13th will be Jamie Ritchie. 14th is going to be Dave Douglas. 15th is going to be Josh Mickelborn, the number 31. 16th is going to be Henry King. And running out your 17-car field here tonight, Wesley, is going to be Aaron Gilbert in the Team Jinx Shifters, number 03.
So that is the lineup as these drivers will now begin preliminary lap. There's the race information. Keep an eye on that. That certainly we'll be watching tonight. Obviously, they're going to go 150 laps. Now, we know on a fuel window that can go between 100 to 110. You might be able to push it to maybe 115 if you're lucky. But that's running the tank ride. 4 sets of tires. That is 4 sets plus the 3 in the pits, the set they qualified on. Fuel capacity, again, 100%. It is in the afternoon. Conditions are cloudy here today at Richmond. These drivers getting ready to go for racing here. 79 degrees, track temp at 97. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready with Williams and Burke on the front row. It's time to bring the action. Aussie mates and mateys. Race number 2 in the round of 1 playoffs. Who's joining Danson? We're green here at Richmond. You have a virtual race.
Yeah, looking already down to the inside of Brad Newman. Trying to put a little bit of contention up with Tyler.
A 7, Chapman in the wrong direction, and he's not going to be able to get back going in time. It'll trigger a caution here.
And already getting the Richmond bite for the number 7, Chapman. Luckily, no damage, though. Looks like just a little bit of a self-spin coming off turn number 2.
Yeah, you know what? You want this to happen early, right? These cautions early in the race. You don't want that to happen here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I don't think anybody wants the cautions to happen that early in the race, but, you know, the intensity's pumped up. Everybody's getting their theme song going. Just wants to hurry up, get back into racing. They've been off for a week, Wes. You know, you got a little bit of jitters going on right now.
And I understand that. I do. I take that in consideration.
I know for me, I'm all ready to go. I'm like, yeah, let's go. Let's get this.
Yeah, man. It's rock and roll, brother. You got this. Lock and low, baby. Lock and low. Here come cars on pit road. Douglas and Henry King on pit road. This is pretty early to be pitting. So is Tom Freer. I got to be wondering here if they're trying to go for an undercut to try to stay on the racetrack a little bit longer than these other guys, taking advantage of an early caution. What do you think?
You know, I don't hate the play. You know, I think I would do the same thing. I mean, cautions are this early in the race, might as well do it. Obviously, not a big car count here tonight, so you're not going to be deep in the field. I mean, only 17 drivers out there tonight. I don't hate the call at all. Me, personally, I'd be doing the same thing.
The yellow flag coming out. We'll have to reset things here. Caution in the early going. Obviously involving Chapman. And obviously, again, caution laps do count. You know, Richmond's one of these places, honestly, you know, Dylan, it could be a wreck fest. It could be long green flag runs, cautions breed cautions. I prefer not the latter, right? I hope we can be able to get many green flag runs of racing and continue running this event here solid for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And I think a lot of drivers don't anticipate the weird bump that comes up out of 2, like the 7 of Chapman realized there on the first lap. So that's definitely going to be a thing to keep an eye on. You know, you want to get the power down. You want to try to do exactly what you need to do to get up there. It's just a little bit of a little offset there. But I think these drivers are the pristine drivers that they are here in this league. They'll be able to get that under control, get it under wraps, and we could potentially see a really good green flag run.
Everybody get ready to go back for a restart. Here they come back to the line. Green flag out. We'll try this again. Back to racing again here as they work back into the corner, down into corner number 1 and 2 to the back straightaway. You're on board now with Williams, Tyler Williams. Coming off of a win, by the way. He won the other night on the BMG X Series. Right now, he leads it down into the corner, back in the corner number 1. We got a great battle going on.
Ooh. Oh. Big heavy contact after a little bit of a contact there with Brad Newman. Ooh. Fitzroy Beaumont being the car involved there. I thought maybe he was going to be able to save it there, Wes, and keep it off the wall or maybe even keep it off of other cars. See it here. Going down into the corner. And then Fitzroy locks him down, gets hit from the rear. Oh, and heavy contact, going to put it right back up into the outside wall. And with it being Richmond, it's just a little bit too hard for a lot of these drivers to kind of get the car woed down. I mean, you're already hard on the brakes going into turns number 1 and 2. Any harder could have some potential backlash. I mean, you know, you hit the brakes a little bit too hard, you're going to be sideways as well. So everybody trying to do what they can, just not able to get there as Dean brings up another really good shot here as going down into 1 and 2. And there it is, Fitzroy. 4-wheel slide, 4 is better than 2. And there they go. And, ring them around the rosy. Really bad. But it's going to be Tyler Williams still with the race lead. Brad Newman getting himself back up to P number 2. And on that restart, Brad Newman fell from 2nd down to 3rd. So looks like the inside lane is going to be the way to go and get their way back up to the front. So I think Brad Newman wants to get back down to that inside and see if he just can't challenge Tyler Williams for the race lead.
Hey, buddy, you got me. You got a copy. Sorry about that. I hit the cutoff button on my car and it disconnected there. So my apologies on that. Sorry about that. Oh boy, oh boy. Are we back? Everybody's good? So we got a caution here, and obviously second yellow flag in 10 laps. This is not what we wanted to have happen here, Dylan.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Nobody ever really wants to see the cautions, and just like you explained a little bit earlier there, Wes, you know, it could be a wreck fest or it could be a really good battle for racing all the way through with the green flag racing. And I think the intensity level is there. Like everybody knows what's on the line. It's race number 2 of the first round of playoffs. It's go 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 for a lot of these drivers, and with it only being 17 positions out here, there's a lot more points at stake for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, you said it perfectly, man. Obviously, we're to the yellow flag, and we'll have to work on getting the field back going again here after the caution. Number 2, field is reset, ready to come back to the restart zone. Sport Australian Sports, our coverage of the Australian NASCAR Championship Series is back underway. Williams, great jump on the restart, but he's got a 3-car battle for second right behind him, and it is very intense heading into third turn there, Dylan. Wow.
Yeah, there again, I said it right before the restart this time, and Brad Newman started on that outside, trying to get everything that he needs to do to get back up there to the race leader of Tyler Williams, but Ethan Winter in the number 39 really applying all that pressure to Brad Newman, which we don't really get to see a lot. Because normally, Brad Newman's one of those drivers where he just wants to hurry up and check out as quick as he possibly can. But Ethan Winter making that pass look easy on the number 1 of Brad Newman.
Williams, there it is. Now Ethan Winter down to the inside, back up high. Newman will follow. All stay in tow, back in line. All of this going on as they go down into the corner. Williams that spot now. Here comes Winter, and he'll look and try to hold off Newman and Hobson. Now these are 2 drivers of race that honestly still look at it as best on the NASCAR Australia programs in all the league the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and you can see it there. Everybody's just getting back into the line. They don't want to be double file. They want to run nice, consistent green flag runs there. Don't want to try to push the cars as quickly as they possibly can. They want to take their time. They want to make sure that there's a pass to be made. They can make it. They don't want to have any more incidents here and possibly collect some other playoff drivers that are trying to fight their way to the next round of playoffs.
Very true indeed. Williams right now continuing to hold on to the top spot. Williams and Winter. Newman, Hobson, now Dawson, top 5.
We got a really good onboard shot. Shane Bowen. See just how much he's really playing with the wheel. It's not keeping it straight, deadlocked left. Doing a little bit of sawing on the wheel as Ethan Winter has caught up to Tyler Williams, just kind of playing it nice and easy. Want to see where his strong suits are, where his weak points are, and Ethan Winter really gets on that back bumper of the number 34.
Ethan Winter looking for the lead on Williams down to the inside as they work down into the corner, trying to head to lap number 20. You're on board now, Ethan Winter. And Winter started 8th. He's now the new man of the lead. The 39 in front as they work off 4 here.
Working off of turns number 4, and Brad Newman in the making down in turns number 1 and 2 yet again. And I think what Brad Newman really wanted to see, Wes, was those 2 stay side by side for a little bit longer. And obviously everybody knows cars in front of you that stay side by side in front of you for very long is just going to bring you back up to the mix. And just that little bit of 2 wide West has brought the top 6, or maybe even possibly top 7, all the way back up into the mix.
Yep. If you watch that battle in 2 now, as we're 20 laps into it. So your top 10 is at least top 5 right now. Winner in the lead as you're on board now with Matt Jansen, by the way. He's in the top 5. Tyler Williams in 2nd. Then, of course, it's Newman 3rd. Hobson, Jansen the top 5. That's the Darlington winner. Followed by Colin, West, Micklemore, Holdsworth, the all-time starter of Australian NASCAR Esports, and Wayne Burke, the Chicago Street Race winner. That's the way it stands right now. As here comes Danson and Hobson. They're following side by side through 3 and 4.
Yeah, Danson got a really good run off turns number 1 and 2. Going to see if he just can't do it again once more down into turns number 1 and 2 yet again. And they're still going to be side by side. Maybe if he can get a little bit more of the power down, he can get clear. But no, the 88 still going to have the advantage going into turns number 3 and 4. '88 going to be able to get clear this time by.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, Dylan, and obviously keep an eye on the top 5. We're starting to see some other climbers, not just in the front for the lead, but look at Weston Mickelmore. Burke, they're starting to have a little battle among themselves as there's Shane Bowen. Look at that battle right there, Bruin, we're talking about right here. Here it comes. The 31 of Mickelmore and Burke going side by side.
Yeah, and this is what you like to see is side-by-side battles, giving each other room. They know it's early. They don't want to be pinching on each other down to the line. They just want to let them know, like, hey, I appreciate you. Let's get this nice little battle going on. And honestly, Wes, it looks like the outside lane, if they get to battling, they can't make the pass. That outside lane is going to have the momentum. They're going to try to look their way towards the front.
And we got a caution. Caution is out. Trouble on the speedway. Oh, my goodness. It's Holdsworth. Jason Holdsworth, the all-time leader of starts in Australian NASCAR Esports Championship, goes around. And the yellow flag will come out for his Toyota. This is the third caution of the race, by the way.
Third caution indeed. And as Dean gets us a beautiful picture of the replay, go to see what happens to that Toyota Supra 8 machine of Jason Holdsworth.
Oh, boy, him and Freer got together? Is that the 41 at Tom Freer? Wow, yeah, it is. Oh, why can't we be friends? Another angle. Look at this again. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're being told there was a gap when all that was going on. I think it's netcode right here. I know that's the word that nobody likes, but I'll call it like I see it. Honestly, I think it's netcode. It's netcode at its finest on the on that accident right there, Dylan.
Yeah, a little bit of internet gremlins coming out to play here tonight as Tom Freer, one of the more cleaner drivers that we've seen here in the ANC and the series across the platform here with Australian Motorsports, as Ethan Winter able to come out of pit lane. He's going to take the race lead. Brad Newman's going to be P2, and then Tyler Williams is going to be third. Fourth is going to be Danson, and rounding out your top 5 is going to be Hobson in the number 88.
Yeah, somebody said that. I think there was there was a netcode thing out there. So yeah. Oh wow. Oh, wow. We're under caution here. Wow. And Dylan, obviously, well, nobody really showing any signs of pitting either. We're kind of keeping an eye and watching that also. Yeah, they sure did.
Is field going to go back side by side? And
I missed it. They fit.
Is there going to be anything that you're going to be looking for on this restart? What's it going to take for that outside lane to get as much of a run as the inside lane does? Is it just more better timing? Is it going to be just trying to mesh the throttle, hopefully it sticks, or is it just going to be like, let the inside lane go and just fight to get to that backstretch?
Man, I'm not sure. But one thing for certain, we are definitely going to keep an eye and watch that here as we'll get ready for the field to come back to the restart zone. We're back to racing again here. Richmond, where we are, 30 laps in, 120 to go. And I don't think this series runs state break either. They go straight to lap 150, right? Green to finish.
I believe it. They can do it. A little bit of 3 wide, back down to single file already. Brad Newman on that outside. Trying to do what he can do, a little bit of a crossover.
Oh, baby, look at this now. Here comes the one. This is Newman on the inside of Williams. Better give him plenty of room, and he will the contact. Coming off board, dancing at the Darlington winner, watching along. All this happens now, going back into 1 and 2. Unbelievable.
Everybody able to keep it straight there, Wes, so that's a big plus for the whole entire field. But look at Matt dancing. He's doing a little bit of dancing himself as he's going to make his way up to the top 3.
Oh, yeah, cue up a little bee cheese there. You should be dancing or watching it. Yeah, winner. Newman dancing right there. Let's see what he does here. This shot win tonight. Remember, he won a couple of weeks ago at Darlington, Dylan. Puts himself already into the next round. But remember, nobody's thinking he can't win tonight at Richmond. That just shows you how competitive this guy is. Up to third with Ethan Winner still up in front of the 39 as they work back into the corner.
Yeah, looking back up into the corner. It's going to be Tom Fear going down the backstretch. Started 6th, currently sitting back in 13th, but Wes, still a lot of the race laps here to go. Everybody just trying to find their groove, get back into the rhythm. And as you see there, the long conga line of race cars in a deep single file run of their own. Everybody trying to get that power back up on to the racetrack and see what this racetrack can do, as they've only went 36 laps, getting ready to take 37, and you can see it there. Wayne having to really work that wheel coming off the corners.
What did that guy say to the movie Shooter McGavin? What did he have to do more say? We've only just begun. The way I feel about this, we've only just begun. Yeah. Fully. I feel it. Sometimes you get a little karaoke with Demon ourselves in the background. So, yeah. The hell are we doing with ourselves at 6 o'clock in the morning, U.S., right?
Yeah, that's all I'm ready to say. We got to have that energy at 6 o'clock in the morning, as obviously everybody out there, it's at night for them, but it's bright and early, sun getting ready to come up for us here in the States.
I've got my Coca-Cola and I got my Red Bull. Just saying.
I don't know.
That's right.
Coca-Cola Red Bull for me.
Yeah, whatever it takes, right? Here comes Ethan Winner leading the way, and here they come across the line, flying across the stripe. 40 laps of 150, 110 laps remaining. Dylan McDonald, I'm Wesley Outlet. By the way, Dean and Dylan will carry, TNT will carry you guys to post-race, so I can go back to my hotel here in Wilson at the Holiday Inn and Suites and get some more shut-eye before I have to leave about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning to head to Maryland. So right now, what a job we're watching here.
There it is.
Oh, baby, you serious? Look at this battle here, guys. They're not lifting. He ain't backing away either. Look at Winner under attack. Here comes Newman. Newman says, I want the lead. Look at Danson licking his chops. He wants a little taste of that chicken sandwich going down into the corner here.
Danson trying to get all the way up to the back bumper of Brad Newman as well. Not going to be able to be there, but still a great battle for the top 3 here, Wes.
Oh, boy, we'll watch this again now as we continue to see Newman. He had to muscle his way for that spot, got around Danson, and he sure made it work right now as we move back into the closing in on lap number 45, approaching it right now. By the way, the fastest man of the racetrack is Ethan Winner, who was in the lead at one time. Now he's fell back into the number 3 position. It is Brad Newman's Toyota leading. Chevrolet Darlington playoff winner Matt Danson in second. Ethan Winner's Toyota, who's third. Now Brent Hobson Chevrolet. The 88 is up to fourth. And the Toyota that led earlier of Tyler Williams has now climbed back into the top 5. Josh Micklemore, Wayne Burke, Brenton West, Shane Bowen, Henry King, who had problems earlier, also back into the top 10 as we head to lap number 50 here, Dylan.
Yeah, you can see it there. Everybody just trying to do what they need to do. Once they get that lap 50 mark, then they'll know, okay, 100 laps left in West. We got 110 to 115 laps under fuel here tonight. But pit stop's not going to happen for a great amount of time unless, we get a nice little green flag run on these tires. They want to hurry up, go down in on another caution, get some new tires put on those beautiful machines out here tonight. But still a nice little race that we've seen. A little bit of beating and banging all the way around this racetrack, and tempers are flaring. Same with body panels all night long.
We continue to watch these drivers work off the corner with still in that top spot. Newman, Danson, winner, 1.3. Another lap goes on the board. Perfect. Great racing going on here. Look at Wayne Burke. That's not won the Chicago street race. And that's been what? Back in June, I think it was. June, July. It's been a while. So Burke's been on a little bit of a slump. Right now, he's on the inside of that Team Connie entry, battling there with that 31 of Josh Micklemore, the BMG X Series reigning champion. Defending his title this year as they work their way coming off the turn 4. By the way, we got a Portland International Raceway on Tuesday night. Make sure you make your plans to join us Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Australian time. How do you say it, Dean? Australian Standard Time? How do you say it? Because it would be 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for us. So what would it be for you? Australian Standard Time? Aussie East ST. AEST. That's almost like AEST, Dylan. That's it. AEST. Australian Eastern Standard Time, I believe. Battle for the lead. Look at Danson. Darlington winner there, Dylan. He goes to the lead as they work back into turn 1. MD to another MD. Flip-flop at DM. Right there for that top spot as they go into turn 2, Dylan.
Yeah, you see it there, those two. Matt Danson shifted on in there into turns number 3 and 4 to be able to take the lead, and then almost missed the corner and gave Brad Newman the race lead back. But Tyler Williams going to be side by side with Josh Micklemore. Micklemore looking down on the inside, coming off turns number 3 and 4. And Williams into the outside wall on the front stretch. It's going to give Micklemore the potential pass there. As Winner takes over P number 2. And here comes Winner. Nice little bump draft going through the corners here in Richmond.
Oh my goodness, look at this now. Winner on the high side.
And this is what I was talking about, Wes. Do you want to be on the inside or do you want to be on the outside? Because Winner using that outside to his advantage. A little bit of damage on that left rear bumper, though. That could potentially be a little bit of drama there with looseness. But Ethan's moving down.
Oh, no, the contact again. Moving on the inside. Winner battles back crossover. And he couldn't clear him. He still race on. This is for the lead.
These guys are,
oh boy, perspective, bump and run. Bump and run, Richmond style. Shades of what Kyle Busch and, Dale Jr. or Jeff Gordon and Rusty Wallace used to do to one another.
Yeah, look at the back bumper beat in on that number 1.
Take your pick.
Elbows out all the way through the racetrack, West. And this is what I was talking about. High-intensity racing. Going to bring out a different side of these drivers as Newman fell back just a little bit, not too much, but just like Ethan Winter was, he's got a little bit of damage on that left rear Ooh, beautiful pass for the number 88 of Brenton Hobson as Ethan Winter just lets him go on by, wants to race another lap. As Newman trying to work his way back up there towards Ethan Winter and try to take over that number P3 position.
Gotta love it. This great racing going on here is when we continue to pick up heading to halfway, really about 50 laps away to the cross line here. That's 75. Remember, they have stage races on Tuesday night, but and Thursday night, but not with the NASCAR Australia NASCAR Championship. Now, Dylan, I'm understanding that in the new season they're going to implement it to try to copy the real deal. But right now, they're just going straight start to finish. However, right now, Dave Douglas, you're on board with him a moment ago. Right now, into the top 10.
Yeah, I believe having a stage racing next season will have a little bit of differences, but as it sits right now, me personally, when I'm racing, I want to go flag to flag stages. For me, it throws me out of my rhythm, yeah, it's nice to have the stage racing, calm yourself down, see what you can do, punch the field back up, but as a driver, you don't want to get knocked out of that rhythm, and everybody's got rhythm right now. Little shades of Johnny Cash get thrown in there, but get rhythm. That's what everybody's got going on right now. Is see there towards the back of the field, they're going to do like a little bit of a higher arc, kind of like a diamond in the corner. Get a nice little cut down coming off the corner. Keep that car as straight as possible as Shane Bowen. On here, right behind Josh Micklemore in P number 7.
Dean, that's the shoe shine boys talking. You don't know the difference. Little Johnny Cash. Did rhythm. You don't know that song? Now that's I hear it's playing a coming. That's a totally different song. Totally different song. Same artist. Yeah. Get rhythm when you get the blues. Come on and get rhythm. All right, look at this now. Winter's got rhythm. He's going after Burke. Check out that segue there, Dylan. He's going to battle him for third. That's not going on the racetrack as we head towards 10 to halfway next time by.
There you see it there, Wayne Burke. He's going to go ahead and get on around the number 39 of Ethan Winters, now the 38. Shane Bowen looking down to the inside of Josh Micklemore. And Micklemore on that outside, and a little bit of looseness from that number 38 machine. But Dave Douglas looking down to the inside of Micklemore now. So Micklemore under heavy pressure from all areas around his car. Back down in turn number 1 and 2. Dave Douglas not able to get the pass completed as of yet. Might be able to get clear in turn number 3. He is. And now Tyler Williams. He's going to put his head in this fight. So our pole sitter trying to make his way back up there to the front. Wes is 67 laps now complete. So 8 more laps to go. And then we got 9 laps to go. And then we get to our halfway point.
They will be looking at the cross flag here. Obviously, as you just mentioned, Dylan. It's still the driver Matt Danson leading the way. Matt Danson in the top spot, by the way. Brent Hopkins second. Wayne Burke, he's the winner. Brad Newman, your top 5. And I said this about 30 minutes ago, Dylan, and I'll say it again. Just because we saw Matt Danson win at Darlington in the first round of the round of playoffs doesn't mean he can't but take names here in round number 2 and win it again. I think this shows you just how competitive the number 30 is, how committed and determined he is to make a run towards the championship run.
Oh, yeah, and absolutely. As a racer, as myself, Wes, if I'm already locked into the next round of playoffs, I'm going to fight tooth and nail every single race because I don't want anybody else to win. I want to know what my competition is going to be coming into the round of 8 and the round of 4. You want to make sure you set that lineup the way that you want it to be, so that way you know exactly who your competitors are going to be for that championship race. So Smart move by Mr. Matt Danson up there in P number 1. The less wins other drivers can get, the more that you're kind of like, hey, you know what? I can do this type of thing.
That's right. Oh boy, we'll keep an eye on it again. Keep an eye on it as Douglas had a little scare there for a moment. They close in on the cross flags coming up here. Yeah, a little ink and blinking nods. Yeah. Little ink and blinking, winking. There you go. West going after Josh Picklemore, by the way. All that goes on here. That's a battle in the top 10 for 9th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Happening.
Yeah, everybody doing what they need to do. You can see there, taking a little bit of a higher arc, going to get a nice little cut down, going to have a really good run coming off turn 2 there, Wes. He's going to look down to the inside, battling with Josh Picklemore for the 10th position. Not going to be able to get the job done, though, coming off this corner.
And we're keeping an eye on it again now as they get ready to work their way back around the corner, by the way. So the man up in front, up to second now, got around Burke. And here comes now Shane Bowen. A quiet night for Shane. He is now working his way in to the top 5 as we approach halfway. Cross flags will come out. Next time by, 75 down, 75 to go. Here in playoffs, round 1, race number 2. All going at it here at Richmond. You gotta love it.
Absolutely, will indeed love it. And, you know, looking at it now, with the little bit of damage that Ethan Winter and Brad Newman have on the back bumpers of those Toyota Supras, I'm wondering, Wes, if it's starting to provide a little bit of tightness going on with these drivers' cars as they're starting to fall down the lead order just a little bit. And like you said, quiet night for Shane Bowen. He's making his way up there. And, you know, one time or another, whenever I was in a race, I would always be in the car number 38. It's good to see the higher car numbers being up towards the front. You got the 30 of Danson. You got the 88 of Hobson, 89, 38. 39, and then you start getting to, you know, your 10, your 1s, and then you got the higher numbers coming back up through the field. So always a powerhouse for the higher numbers coming up here, getting the race lead, or even possibly sitting in the top 3 and even top 5. Bretton West doing a little stormtrooper action for Bretton West. Trying to do what he can do.
Hey, look at that. I tell you what, he started the top 10. I think I mentioned it earlier. Brendan West working back to the field. But obviously, if you're hanging back, first half done, right? First half done. 3 cautions I think we had so far. Can we look at the race summary, boss man, if we can? Dean, Mr. Biggles, production, halfway home on lap number 80. There it is right there. Lap number 80 of 150. So about 70 laps to go. That in the lead now. There's been 3 different lead changes. And there's been only 3 cautions. Honestly, Dylan, I'll take that. I'll take that. This has been an actually very fast-moving, smooth-paced race right here.
Yeah, you know, Richmond kind of races like Bristol in a blink of an eye. You can run 30, 40, 50 laps without even thinking about it. The race is just so quick, and, you know, the first half went by fairly quickly, even though we had those 3 cautions, but it's been green ever since there, knock on wood. But still, these laps are going to tick down quicker than what these race drivers are possibly thinking. And now all that's in their mind right now, Wes, is going to be, when do I want to make that pit stop? I can make it clean and green from here. 70, look at them, about 68 laps to go. So any pit stop here will set you up perfectly for the end of the race, but it's all going to be about when and how much tire you want to have towards the end of the race.
And you know what also is key, Dylan, that you just said as well as we watch the battle going on with Micklemore battling with West here. That's been going on pretty heated for the top 10, probably the last 15 laps. This was a big contact of those fucking fenders down into the corner in 3 and 4 here in the 3/4 mile at Richmond. And as we're closing in on lap number 90, and the home stretch of this one, with about 2/3 of the way through, here's your gains and losses. The pluses in green, the negatives for the bottom arrows in red. Look at this great battle here. Micklemore, BMG X Series champion, West in the 13. It is exciting right here, no doubt.
You know, I'd last thinking that we were on a little bit of a dirt track there with all the slip and sliding going on around this entire almost 3/4 of, a little bit over 3/4 of a mile of a racetrack, and now you got a little bit of a switch up there. Micklemore goes down to the inside. He's going to try to maintain that position, and
well, be on it, buddy. Save it. Micklemore, you're on board with him. Somehow he kept it in the gas while he was sideways, and now you've added a lap car to the party. Or is that actually, yeah, that's Gilbert, I think it is, down on the inside. Oh, look at this. That got interesting, Dylan.
oh, absolutely. Beautiful save by Micklemore to keep the car under control, under wraps. In the minute that all happened, you've seen it there. He let off, let him regain the control. It wasn't give him the tap and stay on his back bumper. He wanted to see if he could be able to save the car himself. He was able to do so. And now they're going to be, now Micklemore going to be sitting there just kind of, all right, you know what? Give you enough room, let you do what you need to do. Is now Micklemore under fire once again. He's still on that outside, but going to be able to hold it off and keep that position.
He said, "I'll be your friend just for a little bit, and then all bets are off." As they work back into the corner again, down into 3 and 4 is Micklemore fighting off West, and behind him, I believe, is Gilbert. There it is, right there, just waiting to pounce on these guys as they work their way back into the corner. Here they come off 4, back to the line. And we are closing in on 16 laps remaining, just 10 circuits away to 2/3 complete here tonight here at Richmond. Dylan McDonald, I'm Leslie Alvin. Finkelstein hopped in, punching the buttons for you Aussie mates and mateys here on Motorsport Australia Esports. And tonight we're at Richmond, heading to Bristol, by the way. That's what I was thinking about before we got into that intense battle with Micklemore and Westamos getting together now. And here comes Burt now battling with Hobson for P2. But another short track coming up in 2 weeks is Bristol. It's Bristol, baby. And you want to talk about a track for an elimination race, just like the NASCAR Cup Series cutoff race in round number 2. Obviously, Dylan, it will be the cutoff race for round number 1 of the playoffs in 2 weeks on September the 14th on Motorsport Australia for the NASCAR Championship.
Yeah, you can see it there. 2 short tracks back to back. Obviously, this series taking a week off, so they're going to have a lot of time to get all the practice in that they possibly can for Bristol coming up in 2 weeks' time. But Wayne Bork, all over the back bumper of Hobson as of right now. They were getting ready to be side by side, but ended up sticking it back down to single file. And, you know, if you were not really paying attention, you would think this was the battle for the lead, because Danson is just so far up towards the front of the field, but able to do what he needs to do and pull away and show them, like, hey, I'm here to win races, cashing checks, taking names, doing exactly what he needs to do. Bristol.
Yeah, if you want to show the schedule real quickly, Dylan. Dean, if you can, Dean, we pump it up. Oh, Bristol in 2 weeks. Bristol.
Yes.
Bristol, Bristol. It's Bristol, baby. Coming up. Race 1, or playoff round 1 race number 3. Then we move into, oh my goodness, let me look here. If you would have asked, I would have told you. Atlanta, in Atlanta for race number, or round 2, race 1. That will be at Atlanta on September the 28th. October the 12th, we're going, actually, correction, I think it's on the 19th, I believe it is. October the 19th, we're going to Talladega. And then the 26th, we're at Vegas. That's when we race 2 weekends in a row. It was supposed to be October the 12th, but I think it's October the 19th now. October the 19th, and then October the 26th. So Atlanta, Talladega, Vegas. And then that takes us to Homestead, November 9th for the championship finale. So there you go. There's your schedule there. There you go, Dylan. You're caught up. The more you know. The more you know. The dates are there. And by the way, man, I just want to say this. There's only one more 3-race series in the final. So you win these races, Danson's at the semifinals. Bottom line. That's how important it is. That's how important Danson wants to lead right now, because he won Darlington. He wants to literally show everybody that he's the Pied Piper to go for the Australian NASCAR championship here, Dylan.
Yeah, absolutely. Is already. We see the undercut being taken now. Dave Douglas down into pit lane this time by going to take 4 fresh Goodyear tires and pack it somewhat full of that Sunoco race fuel, as riding back up top with the number 88 of Hobson, trying to do what he can, but Shane Bowen starting to close in, get a little bit more bigger in that rearview mirror of the number 88 machine. And you got another driver going into pit lane. Looks like Tyler Williams, the number 34, going to bring that Toyota Supra pit side. So Hobson trying to do what he can do, just running some laps here. Doesn't want to overdrive his car, get loose, do anything that could potentially lose him a little bit more track position or even time on the driver in front, as another driver down into pit lane. So normally how it tends to go is you're going to see one driver make it, then you're going to make it another driver get into pit lane, then another driver, until all the drivers make their way into pit lane. But it's going to be Matt Danson doing my little dancey dance all the way up there in position at number 1. It's all going to be about when he goes in, is slipping, sliding, wheel pointed to the right, keeping it straight. And you see there just a little bit of looseness going into the corners. Wes for the race leader, as he's really fighting that wheel all the way through this racetrack. As so far, championship leader doing exactly what he needs to do. As we get the thing coming up on the screen as of right now, make sure you guys, if you haven't already, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also on Facebook and Kick. Doing it all 3 major platforms. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys leave a comment of your favorite driver, who you guys want to see, what you guys like to see, as Ethan Winter into pit lane this time by. But if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that little bell notification, subscribe. It's completely free, totally up to you. Turn on all notifications so you guys don't miss anything that the Australian E-Series has to offer. As Danson still out on the racetrack, he's got Micklemore right behind him, trying to do what he can do to bring up the field. As Danson going to keep it to the outside. Micklemore, fresh tires, you can see the difference. Micklemore going to get his lap back. It's all about when he wants to pit. Top 8 still haven't yet to pit, as the running order as of right now is going to be Matt Danson, with P number 1. Wayne Bork is going to be P number 2. Hobson, P number 3. Shane Bowen in 4th. Newman going to round out your top 5. Weston 6th. 7th is going to be Sam Chapman, and then Tom Freer 20 seconds back from the race leader. He's going to be in P number 8. The rest of the field all one lap down, but will come back being on the lead lap once the race leader goes into pit lane.
Dylan, I'm back, my friend. Sorry about that. I have. Yeah, thank you to everybody that watched. Appreciate y'all checking us out. And
Danson finally in this time by. This is going to be the final pit stop of the race. Shane Bowen in as well. So Brenton West follows suit.
Pit stop. Thanks everybody that's watching. Hope you're doing well. We're closing in on under 50 remaining. Dylan, sorry about that, buddy. I had to disconnect a couple of plugs because it was saying that the power converter to the car was overheating, so I had to disconnect. I think it was the laptop power cable, so it's at 100%. We're good. We're going to take this one to the finish. Double D's. Dylan and Dean are going to carry you guys post race, so I can go back to the hotel room and get some sleep. If you didn't know where I'm at right now, I'm actually in the confines of my car on announcing duties for the second night of 3 after announcing last night in Wilson. Richmond Raceway is where we are tonight for Australian NASCAR Championship. Round 1, race 2. And I was kind of talking about this before I got knocked offline again, Dylan, and we were talking about the domination of literally are seeing if you win this race, you go to the next round, you go to the semifinal. There's a lot of importance there because there's no other second round of the playoffs, if you will. There's no quarterfinal. This is the quarterfinal round. You win this race, you go to the semifinals. You win another race. If you win another race before you move in to Homestead, you're locked in for the championship. It's that simple, Dylan. But you want to show the best you got right now.
Oh, absolutely. And right now, Matt Danson wants to have that domination, wants to do what he needs to do. Everybody wants to get a race win. And, like you said, Wes, quarterfinals are here. Next is going to be semifinals. How do you want your rest of your playoffs to go? Do you want to be that heavy hitter domination factor in this series? It is a win and you're in. You get there, you're good. You're going to be there for the remainder of the playoffs. But if you got guys out there like Matt Danson wanting to cash check and taking names, you got to find a way to do it and get those race wins, whether it comes down to pit strategy or just having a good enough car to have a good long run set up in it. You got to do what you got to do to get yourself back up there and try to compete for these race wins. As pit lap coming on board here. See what lap everybody has taken that. Yeah, it only says lap 27.
Remember watching this again. Lap 117 down with a couple of line of 150. Close it in on over 30 laps to go. And obviously, I think, were you looking at the pit windows when they came to the pit lane here and didn't get here? So there's a look at the last time they come to the pit lane. There it is. How about that? I'll tell you what, though. Don't count out Wayne Burke, though. Don't count out Wayne Burke. That's four guys. Beaumont, Richie. He's on pit road. Here comes Wayne Burke. He comes to the pit lane. Boy, Brent Hobson's going to cycle back around as the leader again. Brent Hobson again in the 88. Under 30 remaining. Coming up. There he is.
Yeah, one of the drivers not going into pit lane of it just yet. And you've seen it there on your screen. Matt Danson running a full second faster than your race leader. Matt Danson down in the 22s. The race leader in the 23s, potentially hitting the 24-second lap times the more he stays out. And I don't know, Wes. If I was the number 88 right now, me personally, once I seen Matt Danson go into pit lane, I would have went in there too. The longer he stays out, the more track position and time he's going to lose on Matt Danson. But, I mean, mean, anything can happen. Somebody hits the wall, or not saying they're going to, but hits the wall, gets the bite coming off the corner. Anything can happen. So I like the call, but at the same time, it's a high risk, high reward type of thing. Hopefully, everything plans out the way that he is intending it to plan out. As Danson getting around top freer of that number 41 machine.
Time running out, under 30 to go. There it is, 29, 28 at the line. Hey, there's Matt Danson, Darlington winner. A couple of weeks ago. Racing here at Richmond right now. He led some of the race right now. He is currently in the number 4 spot. Is he saving something for the end? Right now, Brenton Hobson up in front. It is, of course, Brad Newman. Chapman. Remember Chapman? Remember earlier in the race, Dylan, when we started? He was the one that spun on the back straightaway. He has raced his way back into 3rd right now.
Yeah, going from lap 1 spin to up there in the top 3 doing what he needs to do. You love to see it. Nice little rebound and bounce back for the number 7 of Sam Chapman. You love to see it. Nobody wants to see anything else happen to the number 7 machine. He's being content running in that top 3 position. Again, 88 and others still have yet to pit, so can't wait to see what lap these drivers go into pit lane. That will really shake up everything. I believe Danson will be the race leader once everything shakes out the way that it needs to, but Brenton Hobson still holding on to it as he's got, looks like to be Tyler Williams down to the inside and Ethan Winter as well. So just going to keep it up high, let these 2 drivers go on by, get their lap back, and then see when the 88 is going to make his way down into pit lane. As the 88 letting more lap traffic get their laps back.
Remember what I told you when we came on the air, by the way, Dylan? You can see long green flag run. We're seeing that right now. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had a caution. We've had a green flag runs. We had green flag pit stops. And now with under 25 laps to go, 23 remaining, we are now setting ourselves down for the home stretch here.
Yeah, and just like you said, Wes, the beginning of the race had a little bit of issues with the cautions, but ever since then, everybody found their rhythm. They got into where they needed to be, and it stretched out fairly quickly as Newman. Chapman, a little bit of a cross. And look at that. Sam Chapman making his way up to P number 2 around Brad Newman, and I'm wondering if Newman's saving fuel. I don't know about you, Wes, but I
look at Danson, man. I'm telling you.
That looks like Newman's saving fuel.
You think so?
I mean, he's running fairly slow. I don't know. I mean, look how quick Danson caught Newman. Yeah, I think Newman's saving. I think Newman's trying to do anything he can to stay out there.
What?
I don't know.
Talking about Fred, that I got a feeling, guys. I wonder if they're thinking that there's going to be a late caution here. And don't get me wrong, that's a possibility. But boy, you're really you're stretching it. You're gambling here. Bottom line, you're gambling. Wow. Will he catch him, though? That's the question. That is the question here. As look at Danson right now. He's up to second. He's going to run down Hobson. I think the interval is about, 7 seconds. Is that enough time with 16 to go to catch Hobson? But you know what, though, Dylan? And let's be honest here. Just another icing on the cake, if you will.
Yeah, this is going to be something different that we haven't really seen, though, Wes. And with the fuel windows the way that they needed to be, I'll be shocked if Hobson, Newman, and other in company that haven't pit can make it on this fuel range. Is everybody trying to do what they can? Obviously, Danson got his lap back, currently sitting at P number 2 on the race field, just 6 seconds back, and with 15 laps to go, Wes, Danson's going to be able to be there by the end of this thing. So Danson looking to get back up to the race lead where he once was before pit stops happened. And yeah, 3 seconds in a matter of 3 laps, a second a lap. As you see it there, Matt Danson finally hit the 23-second lap times. And then you got their leader running 23.6s. So tire advantages to Matt Danson.
Knocking off these laps, no doubt. What have you got to show for it? Obviously, as we move to the laps remaining here we go now. Anybody got anything for, obviously, what a great group of guys here. What a lot of respect being given to one another here tonight. Obviously, I got to give mad props to them, Dylan, because, we had 3 cautions, but man, that's been it. What a great job these guys have done here.
Yeah,
closing in on it. Well, and Dylan, I'll be honest, here now, he's running down. Boy, Austin, you got Hobson. He's got lap traffic in front of him. This might help Dawson trying to run down Hobson here as we got 10 remaining. And Dylan, I'm about glad too, buddy, because it is daylight now in North Carolina and the sun is beaming on my windshield. I'm having trouble seeing my screen here now as we come to the finish with 10 to go.
Yeah, you see it there. Brenton Hobson, your race leader, 10 laps to go here at Richmond. 3 seconds a gap. With it being like this.
Drilling him. He's catfishing. Going after Hobson. He's got a fish on a line and bait on a hook, and it's not what he wants to bring for dinner. It's now called it. Oh boy, Matt Danson bounced off the wall. That might have done it. Though, guys. Matt Danson bouncing off the wall there. Man, he's got to reset and do it again here now. We're 9, make it 8 to go at the line, Dylan. He's going to have to reset again here.
If this comes down to the final lap, what will end up happening there? And I don't know. I think they can make it the rest of the way, Wes. They're showing signs that they can. 2 seconds. With the tire advantage that Danson has on the race leader, I believe he should be able to get that 2 seconds knocked down fairly quickly. But Danson's got to be dancing off the wall. Can't be on the wall as much as he wants to be. As everybody doing it, as the chat's letting us know they have enough to make. Oh, you can see Danson now, just a little over a second behind.
Boy, here he comes. That's flat traffic, by the way, that is in the way of the leaders. But this could be in favor of Matt Danson, or could it not? The interval now is back within a second. Here they come to the line. Barney up on the starter stand at Richmond, those 4 fingers and a thumb. 5 to go here now. Remember, Matt Danson won Darlington in round 1, race 1. Now in round 1, race 2, he's trying to run down Brenton Hobson. All this goes on as we got 4 laps remaining on the 3/4 mile. Lap car is away. All this happens, and Danson is grilling and Hobson going back to turn 1, Dylan.
Oh, you trying to get a pick?
Wow.
Not going to be able to do it. Dancing all over the back bumper of the race leader of the 88.
He tried to use the lap car as a pick. It just did not work. Here comes the now 30. Resetting again. Lap car out of the way. Danson on the inside. He's going to go for it. He's going to go to the inside. Talk about how darn good Matt Danson's car is. Started 11th. Climbed 7 seconds back. And went down 2 laps to go. Dylan McDonald. Matt Danson is trying to sweep round 1 and 2 of the opening round of the playoffs here tonight. He won Darlington and he's trying to walk off and win Richmond again.
Yeah, you seen it there. The 88 gave Danson all the room. Didn't want to put both of their race cars in a bad position. And Danson going to try to be a walk-off home run hitter here tonight. White flag this time by this race is official, Wesley. As
1 to
Danson
go
on the final lap.
1 to go. Could this be a sign? Australian NASCAR Championship drivers, take notice. As we move to Bristol in 2 weeks, he wins Darlington. Well, guess what? He turns around and wins at Richmond. Matt Danson, back-to-back winners of the playoffs in the Australian NASCAR Championship. Matt Danson getting it done. 8 seconds back. Getting around lap traffic. Winning here at Richmond over Brenton Hobson and Wayne Burke. What a phenomenal job. And how about Matt Danson again? I said it. I'll say it again. Dylan, can we take notice? Australian NASCAR Championship. Bristol in 2 weeks. Going to the semifinals. Is Matt Danson the guy that we're going to see try to lock up the title when it's said and done here, man?
I mean, Matt Danson could potentially be one of those drivers that is going to be a juggernaut of the series, wants to get the championship belt. But in order to get there, you got to get through the races. And right now, the momentum running high for the number 30 machine of Matt Danson. As getting ready to get the race results up there on the screen is Matt Danson turning it down for Richmond.
What a celebration for the man there. Dylan McDonald and Dean Hopton are going to carry you guys the rest of the way. I'll be back with you again in the broadcast booth with Nigel Siddell on Tuesday night with coverage of the Burley Motor Group X Series, the BMG X Series. We're going to Portland International Raceway on Tuesday night. Make sure you check it out. And here's the look on Motorsport Australia. The results: Matt Danson wins Darlington. He wins here at Richmond over Brenton Hobson, Wayne Burke, Sam Chapman, Shane Bowen had a strong run. He finishes in the top 5. Brad Newman, Dave Douglas, Ethan Winter, Tyler Williams, and what a good run for Brenton West as well. When it's said and done, Dylan, he'll finish in the top 10 here tonight at Richmond.
11th is going to be Aaron Gilbert. 12th is going to be Josh Micklemore. 13th, is going to be Henry King. 14th is going to be Tom Freer. 15th will be Jason Holdsworth. 16th, Fitzroy Beaumont. And running out your 17-car field is going to be Jamie Ritchie for Racecraft Academy. And, man, top 10 on the lead lap. Last 7 cars on the laps down. But that's going to do it for the grid. Going to go ahead and take a quick little commercial break and come back to you.
Yeah, we're going to do that real quickly, but I just wanted to say, man, big congratulations to Matt Danson, obviously. Again, take notice the rest of the field. We're seeing domination 2 weeks from Sunday. Coming up on a Sunday night, that'll be on September the 14th. Again, they run bi-weekly in the Australian NASCAR Championships. We start the final race in round 1, Bristol, That'll be a wild one. I think we'll see some Hail Marys. I think we'll see some desperate things. Or could we see Matt Danson dominate again? We'll find out coming up in 2 weeks. Hey, as always, Aussie mates and mateys, it's your Australian announcer, Wesley Outland. Have a great rest of your Labor Day weekend if you enjoy it, if you're celebrating it. Matt Danson coming up around the commercial with Dean Hopton and Dylan McDonald. When they return, they'll carry you for post-race, and I'll see you in 2 weeks at Bristol. Congrats again, Matt Danson winning Darlington and continuing the momentum here in the Australian NASCAR Championships, winning at Richmond. Good day, mates.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
All right, we are back here at the world famous Richmond Raceway. Get ready to do our post-race interviews as results are up on screen. But I'm going to start with the race winner here tonight. That's going to be the number 30 of Matt Danson. Matt, this is Dylan in the broadcast booth. You got a copy.
Hey, Dylan. How you doing?
You know what? It's bright and early, 7:30 in the morning. But man, what an incredible race by that number 30 machine here tonight. You did the long strategy. You went into pit lane. You led the majority of the race. You did what you needed to do to keep your calm, cool, and collected. Did you think that there for a little bit towards the end of that race, you weren't going to have enough laps to get back up to the race leader and get the win here tonight? Or was it just more of being patient and playing your cards right at the right time?
No, definitely the first option. I didn't think there was any chance you could make that go all the way. So at first I was just, I don't want to say chilling, but like I was like, oh, it's all right. He's going to pit. Maybe Hobbo's just doing like an alternate strat to see if a yellow comes or whatever. And then as the laps kept going further and further and further, my nerve level definitely was increasing. And I was saying to Hobbo before that the lap I actually got to him, I thought for some reason I thought it was 2 to go at that point already. So I thought it was like now or never basically. And I knew from early in the race he was pretty hard to pass. So even with the tyre sort of offset, I thought he's probably going to hang tough on the outside. And I'm probably, at the end of my tyres as well to a certain degree. So, it was definitely a crazy run from him. And Berkey as well was super fast, back there as well. So I was kind of glad that he waited a bit to pit because I thought, surely he can't get to me. But, I don't know. Hobbo just pulled one out of his backside there.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously. Oh,
go ahead.
sorry, Dean.
Oh no, that's fine. I was going to say, Matty, you waited down to the last wire on that one, my friend, to steal the show there from Hobby, as you call him, Brenton Hobson, who finished in P2. Yeah, chasing down a dream like the song, my friend, and chasing down another victory here. That was tough. It kept us biting our nails up here in the broadcast booth. Different pit stop strategies, obviously, and that situation panned out for you. Traffic, how was that playing in your cards as well, too? Because you had to clear them pretty quickly. And we noticed you actually did have a bit of a tank slapper against the fence, too, because you were pushing.
Yes, that's my depth perception just getting the best of me in my old age, I guess. But I've been feeling pretty crook as well the last few days, so maybe that's my excuse for today. But yeah, I don't know, that just like I said, just a blinder from the 88. Yeah, I didn't mean to be the bad guy, although I do kind of like that. But he drove an awesome race. He was super fast. Obviously a bunch of guys up there did really well. So very glad, relieved. I was very puckered up in those last couple of laps, but relieved to get it done.
Yeah, getting it done the way that you needed to do, obviously winning Darlington, and then coming back in here, showing your hand, flexing on the competition, letting them know that, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm here to fight for the championship. But Matt, before we let you get on out of here, I want to say congratulations on the race win here tonight. If there's anybody on that number 30 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, definitely. So obviously, all the boys at Altus Engineering for the sets. Big shout out to my wife for holding it down with the two boys during the race. So I've got a Scooty Doo over there now and chop her out so that obviously they've kind of stayed up a little bit late tonight. So shout out to the boys and Alexandra, my wife, as well. Everyone that puts on the event, all you guys in the booth. Good to talk to Dean again. I haven't spoken to him for a little while. And all the races, like I said, can't speak highly enough of Hobbo's drive. And Berkey was super fast as well. And, Tyler on the pole, he did really good. I know he's the Richmond expert. So it was good to see him get the pole and, a bunch of other guys. And I obviously just wanted to try and have a clean night, keep the nose clear and come away with a decent result. And we did that. So really good.
All right, that's going to be our race winner, Matt Danson, and the number 30 machine. Going to go on next to our second place finisher. That's going to be Brenton Hobson in the bright lime green number 88. Brenton, this Dylan and Dean in the booth got a copy.
Hey guys, yeah, I do.
Oh, if there was only 6 laps left, 6 laps shorter in that entire race run, you would have had the race win here tonight at Richmond. But a strong, solid P2 finish here tonight. Can't be too mad about it. You played the strategy on the fuel game, played out to your factor. Just a little bit of a fresher tires for Matt Danson there towards the end. Just kind of caught back up to you. How you feeling after that long 150-lap race?
I feel like the victim of a highway robbery, to be honest. No, it was that was really cool. I didn't think that the fuel save was quite that aggressive. I'm surprised everyone thought that it was so unlikely to be done. I was cruising along, and with about 90 laps to go, I could see that I was pretty close to making it. So I sort of backed off the pace a bit. I think I was about a second behind Matt and trying to keep up with him, and then decided just to back off a little bit and save just a touch and run it all the way to the finish. The tyres hung on fine, so it was pretty consistent all the way to the end from there. But I wasn't sure. I didn't know if anyone else was going to do the same thing, and evidently not really. So it was exciting. I was watching Matt come towards me there at the last sort of 20 laps or so, and I was hoping his tyres might go away because he was pushing a bit harder. But not quite. I think we were like 2 or 3 laps away from being able to pull one out from under the rug.
It was a good gamble too, Hobbo, mate. It was at the end of the day. I'm just trying to get the telemetry. What was the last lap that you ended up going down to pit road? Because if I'm not mistaken,
I did a 123 lap run to the finish. I think
that's
it was.
it. Yeah, I thought it was lap 27 or something. It was the last time you went down to pit road. Actually, one of the last cautions, wasn't it? So yourself there.
That's right.
Yeah, Brad Newman, Chapman. And I think as well too, Borky, we'll speak to him in a second. But yeah, you guys gambled that one. You flipped the coin there and you said, okay, we can stretch it to the end. And you nearly held on to that one, as mentioned there. But, at the end of the day, those fresher boots there and the charge there from Matty It kind of made you feel a little bit defensiveless, isn't it, towards the end?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I could only do what I could do from where I was. I ran out of fuel about 200 yards short from the line, so I got the absolute most out of it. If I had have probably gone a bit conservative, maybe a little earlier in the run, I did sort of do 30 laps or something, going as fast as I could. So if I was a little more conservative early, maybe I could have gone a little bit quicker across the whole run. But at the end of the day, that was the best I could do with what I had, and I felt like we had a good car. But I don't know that we would have been quick enough to win it on outright pace. So the strategy worked out really. Probably can't complain with the P2. And yeah, shout out to Matt. I mean, he did the opposite, and he drove the wheels off the thing to get there and get the win. So shout out to him. It was a good drive, and for me, it was just exciting to be a part of. I was glad to be out there having a bit of fun.
All right, well, Mr. Breton, it's been a pleasure having you up here. Beautiful race car out there on the racetrack. Can't lose it, with it being a lime green / yellow car. But congratulations on the top 2 here tonight. Come back 2 weeks' time at Bristol. Get another short track in your repertoire to see if you just can't knock it down. But Mr. Breton, if there's anybody on that number 88 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours, good sir.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, shout out to the team, Synergy Sim Racing, to my teammate Tom, who was out there having a bit of a blast tonight as well. It's always good to race with him. Shout out to the sponsors, Sud Speed, Watercraft Performance Centre, Speedway Shop, Doe Photo, Works Racing Components, and all the rest of them that help make the wheels go around for the team. And of course, everyone involved here at the league and you guys here in the broadcast booth who put on a great show for everybody to watch along at home. Thanks, guys.
All right, that's going to be our second place finisher, Brenton Hobson. Going to move on to our third place finisher. That's going to be Wayne Burke at the number 89. Wayne, this is Dean and Dylan in the booth. I got a copy.
Yeah, got you guys there.
All right, buddy. You kind of were quiet all race long, making your way up through the running orders, getting your top 3 here tonight. You can't be too mad about it, especially with it being a short track of Richmond. Not a lot of controversy, only in the beginning of the races, and then obviously the long green flag run to the end of the race. Were you more about wanting to get the race done and get out of the sim rig, or you wanted to see a late race caution to shake things up to see what kind of pace you had for the rest of the field?
Probably would have liked the late race caution just to bring me back a little bit to Hobbo and Matt, but all in all, good night to have third. I sort of messed up at the start and stuffed up the initial start, which dropped me back, and then I got involved in that little bit of a wreck, and so I dropped to the back and had to sort of come back through, and then obviously the fuel safe strategy changed the race a little bit, but all in all, to come through from after our incident at the start to come through to third, it's all right, good points. So, yeah.
Yeah, Wayne, I mean, you mentioned that. You elaborated on what I was going to ask you about that. So absolutely charged back. You'd have to be my driver of the day too, so GG's on that one, my friend, for that charge back of all those incidents that happened earlier. You got to also take into consideration on lap 126, you're at P10, and by the end of this race, you got yourself into that P3 position. You had to pass the likes of Ethan Winner, Taylor Williams, Tom Freer, Shane Bowen, Double D, Brad Newman, all not easy drivers to get past, but you managed to do it, as you can see in your pictures. Good recovery drive. Is that going to prove your strength going into this playoffs now? Very capable, of course. So all you have to do is win that very last race, of course, ahead of everybody else, and that championship trophy is yours.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Like, I felt good in the long run, especially like the last 10 laps or so before Danson and myself pitted. I think I just started to catch up to him. I changed my line, and that seemed to be really good. But yeah, it was a good recovery drive. As you say, I had to pass some really quick people. So the car was good over the long run. It's just my little mistakes at the start probably cost me track position and could have been a bit different story, but go on to Bristol.
All right, well, Mr. Wayne Berg, can't wait to see what you bring in 2 weeks' time for the Vermilion Esports with Team Conti on the side of that number 89. Can't wait to see what Bristol brings in 2 weeks' time. But Wayne, if there's anybody on that number 89 machine you'd like to give a shout out to, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank the Vermilion Esports guys, Team Conti for the good docs, and all our other sponsors. And as I'll just echo what Hobbo and Danson both said about you guys in the booth and the series for putting on the series. Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, congratulations on the top 3 here tonight. Can't wait to see what you prove in 2 weeks' time. But that's going to do it, Dean, for post-race interviews here tonight. It's been a pleasure having you up there, keeping us on our toes, laughing, doing what you got to do. But I want to say thank you for coming on board, helping me out with the post-race interviews as Wes had to go inside to the hotel room and catch some Z's. But, man, Dean, 150 laps up and down here at Richmond. Can't wait to see what Bristol's going to provide. Can't wait. I'm already ready for 2 weeks. Come on, bring it on.
I know you bring it on there, and absolutely big shout out, of course, to Wesley and yourself there bringing the action. Of course, I love everybody watching as well too, so make sure you do hit that like and subscribe button, please, and support this fantastic championship across the board there. We have more series on Tuesdays and Thursdays in the Australian time, a little bit different over there in the United States or anywhere you are in the world. All you have to do is hit that like and subscribe button, and you'll see the notifications for when the next races are. Speaking of the next races you mentioned here, in this series, the particular best of the Australian drivers in the Australian NASCAR E-Series, Bristol, baby, coming up soon. 200 laps in the big one on September the 14th. That's on our time, on 8 p.m. But as I said, best way for you to find out, go to the YouTube or Facebook channels and be notified on when that race is. It'll convert it to your own time, makes it very, very easy. Let's both Dylan and Wesley get waken up a day early, I think on Sunday mornings in your time, of course, Sunday evenings in the Australian times. Then, my friend, we go to the mighty round of 8, Atlanta, Talladega, and Las Vegas. What tracks to do it? And of course, Homestead, Miami for the championship race to wrap it up for this season, of course. Who will be crowned that champion so that we can roll it over, have a little bit of a breather, have a little bit of a summer vacation for us and a winter break for you guys, and then we'll be rolling it all around, of course, for the next season. But yeah, absolute pleasure always again. Dylan, final words.
Yeah, dude, definitely going to be something fun to watch. I mean, obviously, schedule's looking pretty mint and spicy all the way in and through, but man, can't wait to see what ends up happening for the rest of the season. Can't wait to see who we're going to crown as the championship winning driver, but that's more to come within the week's time. But that's going to do it for myself and Dean and Wes. Good night, buddy, up there. Getting ready to get some more sleep, but that's going to do it for us up here in the broadcast booth for the ANC series here tonight. Can't wait to see what happens throughout the entire week, but hopefully everybody out there has a good rest of their night, morning, day, whatever, wherever you are from. But that's going to do it for myself up here in the broadcast booth. Dean, the producer, as well. Can't wait to see it next time, but let's go do it for myself, Dylan, for